Good morning, all you out there. Welcome to Julian's Detroit Driver Blue channel, the channel that specializes in the encouragement of rideshare driving in the industry around the Metro Detroit area, Tri-County area of southeastern Michigan as well. Just wanted to make this a brief video to kind of come at you with a sort of a recap of a reason why I have not made a video in a couple of days here. I've had a few things personally in terms of personal life, rather, with someone whom I care very deeply about, someone whom I love very much. There was a turning of events. Had to gain a lot of acceptance on it. I pursued the route of keeping myself busy after I received some news I wasn't too happy about regarding this this amazing person and myself, this woman and myself, and one must, the show must go on, and I had to get out there and drive as much as I could. A few of the days were pretty much a wash. One day was only $57 on the app. One day it was only $25 or something. And then one day was a total crash day because I just had to just chill and pray about it, lift it up. And it was one of those, and it happened early in the week. It was either Monday or Tuesday. I'm not going to rehash it or anything like that. Totally bore you guys. But the point is, back behind the wheel on a regular basis here. This is my third day out, sort of reclaiming the more full-time hours that I'm trying to get out here on this app, doing rideshare, mainly with Uber as of lately. So had a couple great trips. I had a great airport trip to Waterford Township, their airport from Metro Airport. It was a $79 fare. It was amazing. I have to hang on because this guy's pulling in right here. He's going to think I'm talking to myself here. I'm in front of a Tim Hortons in Dearborn Heights. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. Hopefully he's going to get out of his car and go in. Maybe not. Okay, well, I'll just continue on. And I look like a crazy person. Oh, well. Anyway. So, had a great fare. It was, he was an outstanding individual. It happened to round out my night very well because I got started a little bit late. The last couple of nights in Royal Oak, Oakland County area, started out pretty normal, pretty usual in terms of the last two nights. Not this night, but the night before last and the night prior. Wasn't too happy with the driving up until 2 nights ago when I got a awesome long trip. As far as I was concerned, it was a long trip back from Royal Oak to Westland to where I live, basically the same neighborhood where I live. It was a $20-some ride, and she gave me a $5 tip. I was able to give the person my card. They were very nice, very pleasant. It was kind of a cute couple thing, and there was a girl sitting next to me. It was like two girls and a guy, and they looked like they had just met for the first time, or they hung out tonight or that night. And it was like the first couple that I had that were really smooching, making out in the back. But that was all they did. And they, you know, pretty much, it definitely upset. You could tell it kind of bothered the person behind me. Um, but she was a good sport about it because she could tell her friend was really into this guy from Philly, I guess. And he likes guys from Philly or something. But anyway, so that was that. And then last night was weird. Last night I ended up getting started a little bit late. And I had to meet up with some friends of mine real quick. And then got started late. And matter of fact, one of the guys that I ran into at this location, he wanted a ride back to his truck stop. So I was able to receive his ping right there, and get him to where he needed to go, and was able to learn a lot about trucking, in that little time that we met. And then the next trip was to take a young man and his date back to their place in Ypsilanti, and it was a nice long trip. So it was about a 20 some dollar ride. It was like it was about 20 some dollar ride. No tip. Gentleman also uh, worked. He was a newer person at the place that I used to work at, that I retired from. So it was quite an honor to help an officer and help him get home okay. And it seemed like he had sort of a bad night. He was not happy at all when he got into the car regarding an individual that he ran into at this particular pub I picked them up at. He and his girlfriend. Was trying to encourage him, reminded him that he is supported by many people, and that he should you know maintain his professionalism, and was trying to give him a little bit of a veteran officer pointer type thing. I basically identified myself and told him where I used to work at, and we knew some of the same supervisors. And anyways, I was able to talk to him a little bit. He was a little bit. He had been drinking a little bit, so of course I was glad that he was able to call an Uber, and it was an honor to be able to take a brother officer back to where he lives. But so that was sort of a right place, right time situation as well for me, and I just appreciated it. And it was just it was a good mix to the night, because usually I'm starting off in the bar scene in Royal Oak, and last night was sort of a different routine. So this video is getting a little bit long, but basically most of the morning, uh, including last night, was getting stuck on. Well, everything went fine. I was doing a couple downtown rides. Got some good surge downtown Detroit area, until got stuck on I-94. So eastbound near Gratiot, there was an accident. near a construction zone. Construction zone wasn't the issue, but um, the accident was. And yours truly, um, of course, we all learn from our mistakes, and I had to learn from mine last night. I did not check to look and notice whether or not there was any construction or any problems with traffic congestion along our main interstate, which is I-94, the Ford Freeway. Because if I did that, I would have been able to provide my passenger with a more direct route straight to where he needed to be. But unfortunately, we got stuck on I-94, and fortunately for both of us, he was very friendly. He was understanding. He wasn't very highly intoxicated. He probably just had a few beers, and maybe a little bit more than that. But the point is, he was definitely a good sport about getting stuck, and we ended up chatting quite a bit actually. And when we finally got freed up on the freeway, the police took the Michigan State Police a long time to get there. Don't know what was going on, why it took them so long, but even the news channels were reporting that the entire freeway was at a standstill for about 25 minutes. And there must have been stuff going on somewhere around the metro area, because these guys usually show up right away to something like that, because I guess there was debris scattered all over the freeway, and that's why all the cars were stopped. But another experience of when you don't check your destination. He told me where he was going, though, when he got in the car. And I just assumed that the freeway was going to be clear that time of the night. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning. Wrong answer. I will not do that again. I will be looking at all the routes. I will be looking on Waze. I'll be looking on Google Maps. They have a great traffic filter where you can see exactly the red, orange. I'm kind of familiar with that. Waze. I'm just getting familiar with Waze application. And it's interesting that one of the passengers I had before I picked this guy up had made a remark about Waze and how it's a great thing. And she asked me whether I run Waze or not, and I was telling her about that I didn't care to always have two apps on because it tends to drain the battery. However, I kind of learned something from the night, learned something from my passenger, and she said it in a very nice way, about how much fun the app can be. Apparently, I guess there's something where you can switch it, and it can there's some musical response that can give you the turn by turn directions or something like that. Anyways, and apparently the people enjoy listening to the Backstreet Boys or something like that. But no matter, probably not going to be still running both apps. But in those kinds of situations, that would have been perfect. And I was also able to explain to my passenger on the freeway a little bit about what we see when we accept a ping, and the fact that we are not always able to know immediately until we get the ping, until we actually are able to hit the little squiggy line thing at the bottom. But if we don't think to do that because we're concentrating primarily on driving for everyone's safety, we just simply are going to be utilizing the turn by turn, utilizing the navigation, and again, I'm more comfortable with just using the Uber platform when I'm doing my thing out here. So, anyways, I'm close to my goal. It's about almost 9:30 in the morning. I've been here at this Tim Hortons taking a little bit of a hour break, actually. Didn't think I'd be here this long, but I wanted to make a video to recap and kind of explain why I haven't made a video in a few days. And hey, you know, every dog has his day. Every person tends to bounce back from the ups and downs and stuff. And definitely, if you guys pray, if you guys, keep me in your prayers or your thoughts, I would definitely appreciate it. Uh, that's it for this video. Like, comment, and subscribe to Julian's Detroit Driver Blue, channel for Detroit area rideshare drivers. Peace.